Good evening, everybody. My name is Barbara Hernandez. I'm the state representative of the 83rd District, and we're very excited to have you this evening to discuss about housing options that we have in Ida. And we have a special guest. We have Rachel here who will be discussing a little bit more and giving us the options. There's a lot of things that you can do in order to buy a home. And there's a lot of state programs. And if you have student loans, there's a way to get some of the portion forgiven while you're buying a place. So to learn more, we're going to pass it on to Rachel.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I'm excited to be here. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my PowerPoint screen, Barbara, and we'll get to sharing some good information for you. Wonderful. Okay. All righty. So Illinois Housing Development Authority. Okay. So a little bit about IDA and who we are. So our mission is to finance the creation and preservation of affordable housing throughout Illinois. We're a self-supporting bonding authority, not relying on taxpayer dollars, and we allocate state and federal funding resources throughout Illinois. IDA has provided more than $18 billion in state and federal resources for affordable housing since 1967. Let's talk a little bit about the home buyer and the homeowner assistance programs. Okay. All right, one quick second here to get the PowerPoint back up. Okay, so the homeowner assistance program we're going to talk about in just a few minutes. So our home buyer program, okay? So if you're looking to purchase a home and you're not really sure what that next step is, buying a home can be such an exciting process, but it can quickly become very intimidating and overwhelming with all of the information that is out there. So at Ida Mortgage, we strive to make that process as streamlined as possible. So with our trusted partners, we're with you every step of the way. So let's talk a little bit about those programs and what they consist of. Okay. So for Ida Mortgage Program, we have our Ida Access Forgivable program. So when you're looking to purchase a home, okay, and all of the information, if you have any questions, I'll share my contact information at the end, and you're more than welcome to reach out to me with any questions that you might have. I'm more than happy to help. So when you're purchasing a home, at Ida, we don't take the applications our approved lenders do. So we work with over 160 participating lenders statewide. Okay, so they'll be there to answer any program questions that you might have. The several different programs, when you're looking to qualify for a mortgage loan, you're going to be required to make a down payment, and then there's also going to be some closing costs involved. Our programs are designed to help you with that requirement. Okay. So we do have several types of down payment assistance programs, and to touch base a little bit about them is our Ida Access Forgivable program. So with the Forgivable program, it's 4% of the purchase price up to $6,000 to help you out with that down payment and closing cost requirement. It's forgiven over 10 years. So if you stay in the home, you don't sell, you refinance or move out of the property as your primary, it completely goes away. Okay. So with the Access Forgivable program, I'm going to skip down to where you see opening doors. That's our other forgivable program that we have available. Now, this one is actually $6,000 in down payment assistance and closing costs. Okay. Our 30-year fixed mortgage loan, it's a fixed interest rate. With the second mortgage, this one's forgiven over 5 years. Okay. So these are the current programs that we have available. If you're looking for a forgivable option, opening doors is probably going to be a little bit better than that Access Forgivable program that we have. Okay. The second loan is forgiven only 5 years, and it's a flat $6,000 down payment assistance. So it is prorated. So each month into the 5-year term, a portion is forgiven. If you stay in the home for 5 years and you don't refinance or sell the property, it's like a gift that doesn't need to be repaid. Now, if you only stay in the home for half of that time, let's say 2.5 years, and you decide to upgrade or move out of the property, then half of it is already forgiven. Remember, each month into the term, a portion is forgiven. Okay. So let's talk about the Access Deferred program, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's deferred. So this one is 5% of the purchase price up to $7,500. Okay. This type of assistance you do need to pay back. So you won't pay that back until the loan matures in 30 years, or if you sell the property or refinance prior to that, then that amount comes due. Our access repayable. Okay, so this is actually a loan. You would get 10% of the purchase price up to $10,000 to help you with your down payment and closing costs. You will repay that over 10 years. So if you get the entire $10,000 based on your purchase price, you'll make 83 payments of $83.33 per month in addition to your mortgage loan payment. Okay. Now remember, this is a 0% interest. So the Opening Doors program is a pretty popular program. It's forgivable. Where I see this Access Repayable program popular is if you've got some money that you've set aside to purchase a home, and you want to use our money for the down payment, the 10% of the purchase price up to $10,000, you can borrow it at 0% interest, and then perhaps maybe you keep your money into your emergency savings account or home maintenance account. Okay. So those are a little bit about those basic programs for down payment assistance and closing costs. The Smart Buy student loan program. Okay, so this was a pretty popular program that we had offered. Actually, $5,000 in assistance that you can use towards your down payment and closing costs. But in addition to that, we would provide up to $40,000 in assistance for student loan debt relief. Okay, so the total educational assistance was not able to exceed more than 15% of the purchase price, or $40,000, whichever was lower. That program that we did have was the funding that we received for it. We knew that we wouldn't be able to hold that program throughout the entire year of 2021. The funding was exhausted in May of 2021, but we know the need is there. So we're looking at different funding options and exploring other options to see if we can reopen some sort of student loan type of program. Okay. So if you are interested in getting more information about that, or you want to see when that program, if a new program exists and when that will be, itemortgage.org, you can sign up for updates there, or you can email me at any time. And again, I'll share that contact information with you in just a moment. Okay. All right. So the Home Buyer Assistance Program. So again, if you're not quite sure, right? So what I always tell people is take a look at the website, itemortgage.org, the Home Buyer Center. Okay, that's where you're going to see the list of down payment assistance and closing cost assistance that I had mentioned. When you're looking at the program, if you have not talked to anyone about the process yet, get your home buying notebook out, jot down any questions or notes that you might have. Okay. Maybe if you have questions about our specific programs, or just in general, regarding qualifying for a mortgage loan. On our website, there's so much information that'll be helpful to you. We have a lot of home buyer resources listed, but we also have our list of approved mortgage loan officers that can answer your questions for you. Okay, so I always tell people interview 3 or 4. All of that information that will guide you on who you can contact is listed on the website. Talk to them a little bit about what you're looking to do, share what your goals are, the programs that you're interested in, and they'll take it from there and answer those questions for you. Okay. If you do a few interviews and you decide that you're ready to apply, you can choose that mortgage loan officer that you want to work with, and then go ahead and move forward with the application. After you do some interviews, if you still have some questions about the process, you have your contact at IDA. That's me. Okay, so reach out with any questions that you might have. Okay. And then one other thing that I did want to point out too If you're not really sure, maybe you're not ready to find a mortgage lender just yet, and that's okay. Okay. You're looking into the information, maybe 6 months from now or a year from now, you're thinking of home ownership. Now is the time to look into it, to prepare for that. Okay. You may want to just check out the website, do some interviews with the mortgage loan officers just to get information. You're not applying or having anyone pull credit at this time. Gather your notes, and then you can work with a HUD-approved counseling agency that will help prepare you for home buyer to buy a home. Okay. They are counselors, HUD-approved counselors that work with folks through that entire process of explaining what buying a home looks like and what you need to qualify. They're trained to look for what those loan officers are looking for. Okay. They also can do a soft pull on your credit and do that one-on-one. Maybe you're not sure where your credit's at. They can help you with that, whether it be establishing credit or just coming up with an action plan for you. That information is also listed on the Home Buyer Center of the Ida Mortgage website. Okay. So home buyer and homeowner assistance. Okay, so this is more of the homeowner assistance. Ida grants awards to units of local government and nonprofit agencies to oversee home modification and repair programs for households within the community. So some of the programs that we have had are home accessibility program and then our single family rehab. If you are a current homeowner and this is a program that you're interested in, I'm going to encourage you to take a look at our website. Okay, this is going to be a different one. This is ida.org. Okay, so if you go to ida.org, you're going to see a tab that says community, and all of these programs will come up. You're also going to see a little bit more detailed information about the program, and some of our partners who are the ones that actually take the applications and answer any questions that you might have. All of that information will be listed on there. For example, on the next page, Community Partners for Affordable Housing, Northwest Housing Partnership, and go back here. They would be the ones that you would contact and say, I'm interested in this program. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Okay, all of that is listed on the website for you. Okay, so next, let's talk about the eviction or the foreclosure process. So IDA is committed to helping Illinois renters and homeowners save their homes due to COVID-19 pandemic. So in 2020, we launched one of the largest emergency home housing assistance program in the nation. Okay, so funded from the Federal CARES Act, that emergency rental assistance program, it provided $5,000. Okay, an emergency mortgage assistance provided up to $25,000. So IDA dispersed $324 million in past due rent and mortgage payments, helping keep over 56,000 households safe and sheltered at home during the pandemic. If this is a program that you're interested in, okay, so the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, again, on our website at ida.org, okay, so if you go to the COVID-19 resources, you can see where it says the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, and then it'll also have the Homeowners Assistance Program. Now, the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, I believe, that was scheduled to, I believe, start taking applications on November 8th, and we have moved that to December 6th. The website will give you information and who you would contact about that. Okay. For the Homeowner Assistance Fund, so we're aiming to launch that statewide housing assistance plan. That is probably going to be closer to the end of the year or the beginning of next year. Okay. So if you're someone that is looking for emergency mortgage assistance, check out our website, sign up for updates, give us a call if you want some more information about the program. Okay. Also, you know, this is going to talk a little bit about what those payments look like for folks with the program that we previously had and how we helped people. Another important thing is, you know, we have partnered with 64 nonprofit housing counseling agencies, right? Community-based organizations, legal aid organizations to assist landlords and tenants with the Illinois Rental Assistance Program. We do, while that program is opening, Okay, if you need assistance or you're struggling to make your mortgage payment, you're not in this alone. You don't have to do that alone. Contact me. I would be more than happy to share a resource sheet with you of some agencies that you can reach out to, like the nonprofit housing counseling agencies that might be able to advise you and take a look at your situation, perhaps maybe talk to the bank with you and give you some options. Okay. So again, if you're struggling to make your mortgage payment, you're interested in these programs, please check it out on our website. But in the meantime, reach out to one of those nonprofit housing counseling agencies for help. Okay. The link to the housing counseling agency is on the website. And I keep saying that all that information is on the website, right? But I'm going to share my contact information to make it easy for you. If you have any questions, you just send me an email and then I will provide you with the information that you need. Okay. All right. We already touched base on that. The IDA works with the HUD-approved counseling agencies that provide the free services to households at risk for foreclosure and eviction. So you should never pay for foreclosure prevention counseling. Okay. So these organizations are there to help you. Okay. Find your housing counseling. That's a really long website address. Just go to idamortgage.org or ida.org and it'll be clear where that counseling link is for you to take a peek at. Okay, so more help coming this fall. So just to touch base on that Illinois rental payment program that we talked about, round 2. So that's looking to open, like I had said, on December 6th. Watch the website for updates. Okay. The Emergency Mortgage Assistance Program, which is now called our Homeowners Assistance Fund, that will probably launch end of year, maybe in the January 2022, but you can still look at our website for more information. Okay. I'm not sure if I have access to put stuff in the chat box, but I'm going to go ahead and give you my phone number and my email address. My direct line is 312-914-5023, and you can reach me by email at rfelzone@ida.org. So that's R, F as in Frank, A, L, Z as in zebra, O-N-E, @ida.org. Okay. Haley, do we have any questions?
No questions at this time.
Okay, I'm going to hand that back to you. Okay, turn the presentation back over to you, Haley, and then let me know if there's any other information that I can provide, any questions or anything else that you would like me to touch base on.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for the presentation. I guess I do have a few questions. I know people might be a little bit shy to ask a few, but when it comes to these programs, can undocumented individuals also apply for this? Is there a way to get ITIN numbers involved as well? Or is it just citizens? Because I did remember I saw something that there is a program for DACA recipients as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and that's a very good question for DACA recipients. So IDA, Illinois Housing Development Authority, for our homeownership programs, it is acceptable to us. Now, the approved mortgage loan officers will follow their guidelines when it comes to them, when it comes to specific documentation that they might need. So it's always in somebody's best interest to reach out to the mortgage loan officer to talk about what information that they would need.
Great, thank you. And how about, is there anything else that people need to think about beforehand, before applying? What are some steps that they can do to prepare themselves for the application?
For preparing for home ownership?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. These are awesome questions. So I appreciate you bringing that up. Yeah. So, like I had mentioned earlier, sometimes the whole process can seem a little bit intimidating. It's overwhelming because of all of the information out there. ask as many questions as you would like, okay? Home ownership can be a dream that comes true for you, okay? Write your goals down when you think you want to make this happen, and then reach out to the people that can help you and give you the information that you need, okay? So we talked about looking at the programs, jotting down some notes, you know, even if it doesn't come, if you're not right away interested in down payment assistance programs, you can still talk to our mortgage loan officers and say, hey, I'm a first-time home buyer. What do I need to even apply for a mortgage loan, or what does this even look like? Okay, let them talk to you about that process. That's their job, to explain that entire process and make it easy for you. We're not expected to know all of this, right? So they're usually happy to help. Talk to a couple of different people when you're doing the interviewing process. As always, sometimes you're going to find some people that will give you a lot of information. Sometimes, just like you're shopping for anything else, maybe not so much someone else, but you can find that perfect person for you to work with that's going to take the time to answer the questions that you might need. Those HUD-approved counseling agencies that we talked about, excellent place to start, okay? They have homebuyer workshops that they have, and we present at them quite often, but it explains what this whole process looks like, what to expect, and then they also look at your information. They gather the same documents that the loan officer is going to ask for, take a look at it, and they prepare you to apply for a mortgage loan. So that's a little bit about what that looks like, and don't be shy. This is one of the most important purchases that you're ever going to make. If you're still not sure what questions you want to ask the mortgage loan officer or that housing counselor, call me, okay? I don't take the applications, I can't do the counseling, but I would be more than happy to talk it through with you, right? Give you some questions that you can ask them and make sure that you have the resources that you need. Barbara?
Well, thank you so much. That's a great advice, and it's also great to know that there's a lot of different services available for a lot of people that want to buy their home for the first time. And especially for millennials, I know it's very hard for us millennials to buy a home. So it's great to see that there's also different programs like you mentioned. And for those that are just joining in, we're talking with Rachel from IDA, and she has had a few discussions with us recently just on about the different programs available that you can apply for to get down payment assistance, so or loans, or even get a home and then be able to get some part of your student loans forgiven. And so that's great to see, and hopefully you will check out the website. And we did put Rachel's information on the Facebook comments. So if you have any questions, anyone, please feel free. We're checking them right now. But other than that, thank you so much, Rachel, for your time and for everything you're doing. It's great to know that there's a lot of services out there for a lot of people to purchase a home.
Thank you so much. I was so excited to be here this evening, and I appreciate and thank you for all that you do. So thank you.
Thank you. And also, we will be putting this video on our YouTube channel. So if anyone wants to take a look at it later on, they can. And this will also be saved in our Facebook Live. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a great night.
All right. Thanks so much. Reach out with any questions and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too.